Hi, everybody. How's it going? I just want to introduce myself real quick. My name is Tet de Jour. The name that I was born with when I was a child was August Jerome Day. That's going to make a lot more sense as we progress through the video. I want you to understand that I'm not here to be entertaining. I'm not here to show you, how my music will make you happy or how my ideas on religion and politics will make you happy. I'm here to sort of tell you that YouTube is not exactly open about how it should be used. And I have a complete direct connection to a future version of myself that has shown me that this is the way that I need to. I know it sounds bizarre, but in the future, this isn't bizarre at all. This is no different than picking up a journal that was written 100 years ago and trying to decipher it from modern mindset. So this first phase that I want to talk about is the dilemma that I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with a couple different dilemmas. One is I just turned 44 and I feel like I'm officially middle-aged and I need to worry about a legacy. We live in an age of performance and filters. YouTube became a place where we preserved our authentic selves, no different than when you write your journal entries. I think legacy used to build it, through books or interviews or biographies now can be used in real time to show you, hey, this is how my real thoughts fell out into the internet. This is how it was preserved. No different than the book was used to preserve. No different than the hieroglyphs were carved into these temples, or the clay tablets of the Sumerians were used to preserve information, used to preserve knowledge. And I want to echo that with our modern capabilities. The challenge that I'm dealing with right now is, how do you stay so real on a platform that is just built for attention? Like, that's what it's not built for processing information. It's built to say, hey, here's my new flashy thing, and you could have these quick, get rich quick, outcomes if you just follow my method, copy my method. And I think that's sort of silly because nothing's going to be able to get you around hard work. And so another idea of this challenge would be, how do you leave something for your child that he can watch 10, maybe 20 years from now and truly know who you were? When you read a journal entry, you're seeing a completely different side of who that person probably portrays himself as to their church, or maybe to their business, or maybe to their family members versus their casual acquaintances. Everyone knows that you have your face that you put on. And so getting on here and being authentic about this new phase of existence for humanity, what does it feel like going through that? And what are the tried and true outcomes that we can focus on? I'm not going to make this a long video, so I want you to understand that I have 3 goals for my 44. One, I'm going to get my kid back. I've been going through a nasty divorce, just like most men. Most men nowadays either know somebody, they've gone through it themselves, or they're about to go through it. And the state of they call it the family court system, but it's an extortion system, and it extorts men for money. That's what it does. And it says that women have the right to sit at home and play with babies all day, but you as a man, you need to pay more taxes and you need to fund her sitting at home playing with babies. I absolutely reject that. I think that if you're going to be a parent, that financial burden and responsibility needs to be on women as well. And unfortunately, this nonsense that women need to be paid for some type of quality of life or some type of standard where they're not actually taking on any of the responsibilities of the financial responsibility for a child, I think is just gross and disgusting and frustrating, especially, in my situation with my son's current mom. I'm not going to get too much into that. I'm just, I want to put it out there that, hey, what I'm going through. It's a nightmare. I haven't seen my son in 4 months because this woman decided to lie, cheat, and steal him from me by telling the police that I was some nefarious, horrible person that essayed her, beat her up, right? And I didn't just beat her, I beat my children, or my child. I only have one. And when I saw this, the thing that came flooding back more than anything was, wow, this has happened to a lot of my friends, especially in the military, where they didn't do anything, but the system is so stacked against them because it's not about justice anymore. It's about making money. And that's what these lawyers do. These lawyers are, basically lined up around the corner of the courthouse, foaming at the mouth, waiting to get their hands on these women who are easily manipulated into getting things for free, right? And that's what they attempt to do, is they try to slander the man, they try to defame him, they try to, make him into the monster that just needs some justice. And I'm not going to stand for that. I've actually, I'm one of the lucky ones that actually have a metric shit ton of evidence, because I smelled this coming about a mile away, and I was able to get the plaintiff position in this. But now I'm going through that custody battle where she still hasn't given me my son back. So this is a nightmare situation. If you're a father that's had his kids taken from him through these types of actions, then you're going to want to pay attention to Time Dad Alpha, because this is about being a father in the alpha generation and what you need to do in these situations. I'm going to talk about what you need to do. The second one is you need to express yourself to your children. Building multiple YouTube channels doesn't seem like a very sustainable thing, but you have to understand each one of these channels has an aspect of my personality. And one of these aspects I just started in January, and that's singing, right? I never sang before January of this year. And here I am 6 months later, and I feel like I've come a long way. And I want to be able to tell my son about the fears I had around singing, and explain to him this transformation. I also want to be able to explain to him, a lot of the difficulties that I've had over the past couple of years. And the best thing about these past couple of years has been him. Like, he's been the best part of my life easily for the past couple of years. And from now, what I'm going through really has shown me that I can expand through this trial, through this difficulty, by focusing on storytelling and music, and using my personal history, my philosophy, my beliefs, and my journey as a father, and saying, hey, I was really a great atheist, but now my perspective has drastically changed. And I used to think leaving a legacy was silly, because it's like, well, I don't feel like I even exist all that much. I don't think I have much importance to most people. And now I know that I'm important to my son. And I know that it's important that I leave this for him, and let this be like a digital, mosaic, not just content, because I'm not here for content. I'm here to explain things. So the last thing I'm going to say is I'm going to use AI different. I'm going to use it as a way to explore the spiritual realm. And it's going to be fascinating, because what I want to do is I want to use AI to authenticate reincarnated claims, right? For one of the situations is I claim that I am the reincarnation of St. Augustine and St. Jerome. And that new person, that combination, is growing into a new being known as the Head of Days. And that character has a very prominent role in the world that is to come. And my beliefs surrounding Mormonism go very, very deep. And I'm going to be talking about that. With that all being said, I just want to, I'm 44. I've got 3 goals that I want to accomplish before I turn 45. I'm not perfect, but I'm going to record this journey, and not in a way for you to get lost into who I am, but so that my son, when he sees this, he can go, not my dad is this awesome person. It's more like my dad understood the value exploring reincarnation from this time period. And he made something happen that no one saw coming, using AI in a way that no one was thinking about. So if you like this, please look at these other channels and realize I'm not here to tell you how to live. I'm just here to show you how I'm living. All right. And I'm a saint, amongst other things. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.